Hello guys, Anonymous here, and yes, I did just take a shower, but I wanted to address something that bleh. This stream is happening at 11:40, almost midnight. So yes, it's a very late night stream, but basically what I couldn't get out of my head were some theories that go through my head every day and just make me question the universe. So today on the episode, I guess I'm just gonna do a series about it because there's several theories that I want to do. One, basically this episode is going to be linking all together parallel universes slash alternate universes, the theory of reincarnation, and finally how the internet actually links parallel universes. I had a theory about this for a very, very long time, and I just kind of wanted to um, talk about it because it's always been in my head that parallel universes were connected by the internet. And of course, I love reincarnation, so I like talking about that, and I always have this memory in my head. It's really weird, but it's like I'll explain it when we get into it. And then, of course, parallel universes have always fascinated me. So let's get started. The first thing about it is that um parallel universes go hand in hand with reincarnation. So I guess I'll start with the reincarnation story. Uh, which sounds really weird. I'm actually completely not religious. Religious in saying that I believe in one religion faithfully. I believe that all religions have their say, and they all make sense because you know, they were all around and it makes sense. Like a family tree of the gods and goddesses and stuff. Um, anyways, so my remembering of how we get reincarnated is strange. So there is this bleh. Well, there is this train station, I guess you could call it. It's like um a train station, and but there's no trains, and there's tunnels to what you want to become. Higher tier things, you have to bet more good things in your life than, let's say, if you were a murderer in their last life, you have to deal with that. You have to um you actually you are punished for that, but you still have the chance of redemption. I love the idea of redemption. I don't like how um your life on like places, like people that think that there are lives right after that there's black and white. If you do bad things in your life, you get thrown down to hell, and or if you get do all good things to go up to heaven. Like, I don't like the idea because I like the idea of redemption, that everyone is redeemable. And maybe I'm way too nice, but I do think that if people were redeemable, it would be better. So um there is this train station, I'll keep calling it, and there are people lined up everywhere. It's talking, you're just talking. You haven't seen each other in so long because you have been in other lives and other parallel universes. I'll get to that later. And so you're talking to your friends and your soul group, or other people out of your soul group. It's not just limited to the people in your soul group. And there are people you check in with, there's these like like the desks where you get checked in and stuff. So you go up to that desk and you're like, "Hey, so I believe it's time for me to go and experience something else. Yes, I believe that there is like a heaven a heaven hell place, but I believe it's more of a resting place than anything else. So once you're done with your resting, you're like, I want to go on to another life. You go down to that train station and you go up to the woman and be like, hey, so I would like to be a, let's just say, wolf, K-pop's person, star, um, a butterfly, could range from a gnat to even a goddess. Goddesses, of course, and like kings, queens, goddesses, princesses, um, basically things in the top tier. You actually have to do so much good to go into there. Like you would have to be like super pure in your last life to be like a goddess. Um, but like mostly like when you reach the top tier, right after that you get kicked down to a lower tier just because power does corrupt no matter what. I mean, not no matter what, but a lot of the times does. And so most of the time if you become a princess or a queen or a king or anything, you get kicked down to a lower tier depending on your severity. Like let's just say Queen Mary of Scots, believe Bloody Mary. Um right after that life, she would be punished for a bit, then redeemed, and then she would be kicked into a very low class place, like let's just say a gnat, which lives 5 seconds. Well, not like literally 5 seconds, but you get what I'm saying. And so reincarnation always held strong opinions for me because I actually have memories of past lives and such. And then there's parallel universes. So parallel universes or the multiverse is let me look up a explanation so I don't have to you know like be completely terrible at explaining something. Here you go. Definition of parallel universes. Parallel universe. I have it pulled up. In quantum mechanics, a universe theorized and existing alongside our own, although undetectable. The concept of parallel universes is not widely accepted in physics, but is gaining ground. In fantasy or science fiction, a world conceived of a coexisting with and have certain similarities to the known world, but are different from it in some fundamental ways. For example, this thing, they are whisked out of World War II London into this particular parallel universe known as Narnia. So that would be that's what a parallel universe is, and parallel universes have been, yes, as it said, gaining ground. It is becoming more popular and used widely in media like Marvel, and superhero stories is actually very, very common. Um, but like it's kind of it's I love parallel universes just because like it has this like super awesome, I don't know how to explain it, but like super awesome feel to it, let's just say. And basically uh what I'm saying is that what I believe is parallel universes do exist. They have existed and they will always continue existing. And it does kind of hurt your head if you think about it for like super long um because parallel universes, it's a complicated subject that you have to think about multiple over billions of times to like understand, because like if I say something right now, then something else will happen. It will branch off and be like, nope. So, like, it's kind of subject to uh changes, I guess you could say. I don't know, but I lost track of what I was saying. Um, parallel universes, right? I'm ADD. Don't judge me. Anyways, basically, what I'm saying is that uh parallel universes have always fascinated me because I always think that parallel universes don't just have to be about us. Like, it doesn't have to be just about us, about this world we live in, of course. I live in a parallel universe and someone else does. It's just kind of like, um, it's just kind of normal to think that I don't know. Normal is relative, but what I'm saying is that like well, parallel universes they don't just have to be normal. I'm quoting normal as mundane, like you work at an office job or you're an author. It's kind of relative if you think about like that. It's just I prefer to think about it as more like the parallel universes can be created off of, let's just say, a fictional world like Harry Potter. Yes, I am saying that parallel universes can be created off of, let's just say, Harry Potter, as I've said, or Percy Jackson. The list goes on and on. So yes, there is a world where magic is widely used but hidden, and muggles are being or there's one where Voldemort won or Harry won. There's a universe where Percy Jackson is real. There's a universe where um let's just say, let me think of Marvel. Yes. Marvel is a great example of the multiverse and how they implement it into culture. And the multiverse is like basically Iron Man could be flying around in one. Like there's a boundless evidence for parallel universes and boundless capabilities of the parallel universes. What I'm saying is that parallel universes can be fictional. They can be fictional is bound to subject because in their world that is not fictional, that is fact. So what I'm saying is if we found a way to travel into parallel universes, we don't have to just go into like um if Germany won World War II um or like we don't have to go into if women were not workers in a world war or whatever. We don't have to just go into that. We can go into Harry Potter's world or Marvel world. All we have to do is be creative and think outside of the box, and we could go anywhere we wanted. Rejoice, geeks, because you can go to your favorite fictional world, but also I have to warn you flat out right now is that why would you go to Game of Thrones or like um why would you go into things like The Walking Dead? Because you know, if you want to go in there and you understand that it's a dangerous place to go into and then you go in there and you die, then you at least know that you were going to die, or you're actually able to last longer because you know you're going to die. It's simple as that. Like, you actually have to think about it. Like, even the most safest sounding places to go, there's so much danger. For example, if I went into the parallel universe where Ouran High School Host Club was real, Ouran High School Host Club is an anime, by the way. I would have to be so cautious because I'm just this random person with no record in that world whatsoever. I just show up out of the blue one day. Kyoya will have some questions. He will dig into your past. He will be like, this person is not okay. Army destroy. So what I'm saying is just be careful if you decide to go dimension hopping, because that's what I'm gonna call it. Which I'm 16, but I'm actually working on figuring out how to dimension hop, which is probably really weird because I'm not smart. I'm not like genius. But what I'm thinking of is I think that at least I have some creativity. And if creativity is at least some genius, then I will have leeway on that front. But moving on from parallel universes, what I'm saying after parallel universes, now it goes into my theory that I've had for a very long time. Um, it is that the internet connects parallel universes. So basically, parallel universes, as I've described before, is different worlds and stuff. But if what if the internet connected them? Which may sound super far fetched and weird. I just thought, like, think about it. What, like, um, the Wi-Fi internet, the it's basically waves of energy, and parallel universes, the like what like stops us from going into the parallel universes, um, is the waves of energy that like stop us from going into it, from stop us from seeing it. And so what if the internet breaks through that barrier and we end up communicating with the a parallel universe? So I know it's just a theory. Like, keep in mind everything I'm saying is just a theory, that it's not just a fact that I'm just thinking about it in a weird way, like I've always thought about it, is that, like, what if, um, let's say, I come across a person from a parallel universe, and I actually, like, think I've come across a couple because, like, uh, I mean, their world is different. Like, they've said things that make me think, "Wait, hold up. That makes no sense." And I've actually, yeah, like, I don't understand how it works, but yeah, I just wanted to throw that one out there. Next, I want to talk about uh my experiences through parallel universes. So, I'm not saying, like, I actually believe that I can jump parallel universes. I know that sounds super crazy. Believe me, I have I'm not denying I'm crazy. I am actually full-heartedly being like, "Yeah, I'm crazy. I'm crazy. Give me the crazy." But basically what I'm saying is that, um what if my crazy had merits? Which is probably more crazy than saying you're crazy. But basically what I'm saying is that, like, what if um what if you say, let's just say, what if I do have the abilities? And I mean, I know it's far fetched. I'm already gonna say that. Like, pff, please, I'm one of the most. I actually seriously understand how weird this must sound to you, uh, but it is what I believe. And um, so I was walking to school. Well, technically I don't walk to school, but I was walking out the bus, and my friend came up to me and I was like, "Hey, your backpack's broken." And that was the first time I ever said about it. And I always thought it was weird because he got all angry at me and he was like, "I know, you've always said that. You always say that every single day." And I'm like, "Wait, what?" Sorry, I have zero recollection of what you're saying. I do not have never said that in my life. This is the first time, and he's completely insistent on that was the first time that I ever said that. And then the second story I have, it's always little things that change. It's never big things. And if it was, I would be like, change my life to a fantasy adventure. But no. The little things basically happen that change are, uh like, for example, what I eat, like, what is available in the house. Literally, I open and close the fridge and something's gone. Or, my friends at school start acting weird around me, like I did something and I had zero clue what the fudge they're talking about. And, like, little things happen and change, and I'm like, so did that change dimensions? Like that actually um that started as a joke. I literally said to my friend, did I jump dimensions or something? And that's how it started as a joke, and then after a bit I started thinking, wait, maybe I did, because like things are weird, things are changing, things are being completely weird, and they're not acting how I normally believe they should act. So yeah, parallel universes. Next up, I guess, are reincarnation stories, because um it's kind of my thing, because I love reincarnation. No one knows that. Anyways, so basically, reincarnation stories. There's one that I remember vividly. Um, I was I was a Native American, and it was a plains Native American, not a coastal. I have actually been so many Native Americans in the past for some reason, but oh yeah, even now I'm actually I'm third, I think. No, not third, but I am Native American. Klallam, Kal no, Kallallam. I think, I believe that's how you spell it. I do not know. Anyways, so basically, I was a Native American on the plains, and I was a daughter of a chief. And I remember distinctly standing on the railings, like the wood railings, and looking out on billions of horses. Like, they were so pretty. And so I actually did some research into it, and there were only 3 or 2 tribes that had that many horses in that area. Um, but I remember begging my dad, who was the chief, uh, let me ride. I want to ride. I don't want to be all, hey, I don't want to stay here. I want to ride. And but I was too young, I think. Um, and then I remember being a bird of prey. It was, I think it was a falcon or a hawk, either one. And I remember flying above trees. They were like the old growth trees, so like they were super, super high, but only their tips were visible because had flooded. Everything had flooded. So basically, I believe I saw the Great Flood as a bird. Yay! Um, and then basically, I do want to warn you that if I was a human, most likely I've been murdered a lot, because, but last life, I don't really know who I was, because I have basically spotty memory. Even now, as me, I have the worst memory alive. Yeah, so, and then next up, after, because I've been talking about parallel universes, theories about the universe, etc. Next up, I'm going to read to you some paranormal experiences I've had. Um, yeah, it's actually because like the paranormal experiences have always happened to me. I've always been like, paranormal things have always been attracted to me for some reason. Maybe it's my aura. I've actually never known if it was my aura or what, but um yeah, they really just like to cling on to me for some reason. So this is the last bit of the episode. The first paranormal experience I'm going to talk about is something I remember vividly. I was um elementary school. I know that. I was elementary school, and my best friend was there. So first off, I want to clear things up. Yes, I actually do. I have it written down so I don't have to like remember it, because I like always had to remember it piece by piece, and I got good at that. But so basically, I titled the what I wrote down as shapeshifter, vampire, or skinwalker, because as a kid I used to think it's a vampire, but that was because I kind of was obsessed with vampires and werewolves. I was in that stage. So I mean, that might not be reliable since I was a kid and, had a phase. Um anyways, The story happened to me about 5 or so years ago, but I remember it clear as day. And that's saying something, as I have a terrible memory. I was 10 or so, hanging out with one of my best friends. We aren't friends anymore, really. I mean, we are, but we aren't as close as we used to be. My house has woods all around it, and we were hanging out there. We were in a place we couldn't see the house, but we could hear everything that goes up on there. Like, that's usually what happens around my house. I legit just can hear every single thing that happens up the house. You could just be talking and I could hear every word. Um, basically, my friend said she had to go to the bathroom, so she left me waiting in the woods. I heard the door close. Like, I heard her walking up there, open and close the door, and I heard her silence, so I know she was in the house. No one, I repeat, no one can be this fast. Suddenly, she was standing in front of me. I just looked down and up, and then she was there. Um, after like 2 seconds. But I could tell it was her. It didn't feel like her. Yes, I actually can sense energy. I've always been able to sense energy, like always. I can feel like even across screens. I can tell if you're getting bored. Um if I'm live, like if there's a viewer, which there aren't right now, but if there's someone other, I can tell when you're getting bored, or it's like it's just I guess sense. I don't know. I don't know what to call it. Anyways, being a kid, I was terrified and backed up crying. Yes, I was a freaking crybaby. I bawled. But I mean, who can blame me? Whatever it was backing me up in a corner. Suddenly, from the house, I heard the door open and shut, and then my friend's voice yelled from the porch, "Zoe, I'm coming back!" Like lightning, the creature took off. It was super speed, like legit. Like the Flash, how you can see the zoom. That was it. Like not the lightning and all, but like the I saw a blur and I saw bushes like that's a really bad explanation, but like I remember distinctly, and it was like super speed. I'm like, uh, what just happened? My friend came down from a completely different direction. So the house was this way. The person or whatever it was went that way, like that way. So my friend came from that way, and I'm like, what the fudge? Um, and once she saw my panic, she came over and reassured me that she was really her. Because at first I was like, "Stay away from me," because I didn't know if it was back. And at the time, I was really obsessed with vampires and werewolves, so I assumed it was a vamp. Now I'm not so sure. So that was one of the stories, and the last story I'm gonna tell you, tell, whatever, is called. I named it "The Dream of Hell" because it was about hell, and let's just get this straight before. I not religious. Sorry. Anyways, I have to end it. Bye.